Mr. Chair. And thank you to the Army Corps General Jackson for your work. Just three quick things. I want to echo Mr. Webster and say thank you so much on the cost modification on the Picayune Strand, the Central Everglades restoration projects. All those restoration projects are very, very important to Florida, so thank you for that. I wanted to remind everybody that we have this archaic law that does not allow us to buy sand from the Bahamas, and we're running out of sand in Florida, and I don't understand why we have that in the law. So I persist in saying we really got to do something about that. And the third thing, which is very serious, and I brought this up with you last time, General Jackson, and Mr. Chair, I really would hope that maybe this committee could work with some of the other pertinent committees on this issue, which is the cost analysis that's used in evaluating these projects. And I want to use an example, Port Everglades, which after 18 years, finally we got the chief's report. Thank you for that. It was a lot of hard work, and I sat in the final review, and I saw how many different people and committees, whatever, had to go through. I mean, that review, I sat in there for hours and hours, and now I understand almost why it takes so long, although 18 years was a little long. Now we're learning that the Office of Management and Budget uses a completely different formula in terms of evaluating the benefit cost analysis, and that could actually prevent the project from going forward. And I would guess, although I haven't looked at every single project, that this might be something that is a problem with other projects too. And so my concern is not only that we might get our project stalled again, but my concern is this: Army Corps working on getting a chief's report for many, many years with a lot of people, and it's costing millions of dollars, and you're using a different cost analysis than the Office of Management and Budget. And that just doesn't make any sense to me, because in a sense, they can say, all right, all your 18 years of work, or now it's going to be 3 under the new law, is for naught. Have you given any thought to how we can try to resolve that situation?
Ma'am, I will tell you that we have asked. We struggle with this, obviously, because the cost, authorization, what's authorized in law for authorizing a project is a 1.0 BCR based on the current discount rate, and that changes very slightly over time. The budgetability rate is different, as you described. It's based upon a 7% discount rate, which has a serious impact on BCR. We have had discussions with OMB leadership about what other ways could we calculate investment decisions outside of a BCR. And so we are working with the administration to try to figure out what that might be. And certainly this current administration and the senior leadership is open to that if we can come up with something we can all live with. So we're actively looking at that, and certainly if there's any good ideas that Congress has that can help us, we're all ears. We would like to be able to make it make more sense, but we also realize that the administration has tough budget decisions to make, as you do, and has to set some type of criteria to separate projects into what can and can't be budgeted. And I can't speak for them on that, but we'll certainly say that we're working this to the extent that we can at the levels that we are.
All right. Well, it's sort of, if I can make an analogy, it's almost like you sending someone out to run the marathon, and then then all of a sudden somebody hides the finish line from them. I mean, and they've done all this running, and now somebody else moves the finish line. Mr. Chair, I really, again, would just like to request that this committee take a look at this issue, maybe reach out to I don't know whether it would be the Budget Committee or what committee in the Congress that would also have jurisdiction. Do we know what it would be? Probably the Budget Committee, because this doesn't make any sense to have put the Army Corps and the communities through all this work and effort, and then all of a sudden have a whole different analysis of the cost. And with that, I yield back. Thank you.
I think the administration has some input in that, too.